All right. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. All right. Last time, I was playing late at night. And it was raining. First rain in LA. Ooh, hold on a second. There we go. That's a little better. It was the first rain in LA. It's not actually raining in the game, but I am just listening to some Minecraft music with rain in the background of it. I was gonna go mining, but it's daytime. It's a little past just getting to midday. My game lags a lot, so I don't exactly have every opportunity, but I decided I was going to go and explore a bit. I saw something really red over here that I kind of wanted to go and see. Wow, my game is really lagging. Hold on. I don't like that. Wait, hold on. What are my stats at? My GPU isn't all that bad. I just need more RAM, unfortunately. I've noticed Minecraft really needs a lot of RAM in order for things to actually function properly. I wound up having a little bit of time right now. I probably don't have much time, but still, it's pretty fun to get some Minecrafting in. I I was recording a new series for the channel, and it'll probably be uploaded soon, but it's Death Stranding, and I'm already a very hold on, let me I'm getting distracted. Where do I go? Video settings. Um, let's bring this down a bit, yeah? Oh, is my game about to crash from that? I think my game's about to crash from that. How fun. Oh, you guys can't see the little swirly circle. I just wanted to stream. I just wanted to stream. And it's already crashing. I love it. Oh, oh. Oh, it really doesn't like that. Yeah, there we go. It's going. It really didn't like me bringing that down. Wow. That's really rough. I've never had this issue before with just changing settings before. I really need to upgrade. Not upgrade, but like at least update my computer. Anyways, back to the point. I was recording a bunch of stuff. And I'm very introspective, so I tend to have a habit of looking into myself and trying to find a reason as to why I am the way I am. Not to say that introspection is only that, but it's the easiest way to inspect yourself. I tend to avoid having opinions and stuff like that, and in the middle of this recording, I'm just like, why do I? Like, I was in the middle of commentating, and just immediately I was just thinking, why do I have a hard time having opinions? And it had to do with me, like, contemplating, well, one, why I don't have opinions, and two, like, high school. I tended to hang out with the more lonely kids, I should say. And lonely kids? I don't know. I don't think I was all that popular in high school, but a lot of people knew me, and a lot of people still recognize me at this point. And I don't know if it's because I just have the kind of face only a mother could love, and people just have a hard time forgetting that, or you know, I don't know. It's interesting, but I came to the realization that I never really had an opinion growing up because I don't know. I do know. It's just a scary thing to admit, right? That's the hardest thing about introspection. You have to really look into yourself and just wonder why you are the way that you are. What are you hiding from yourself? Holy cow, I'm lagging. That's a lot of flowers over there. Maybe that's why I'm lagging. Oh my god, I should probably turn down the quality. It's not like I have shaders on. We're gonna change the graphics. I don't have shaders on, so it's not like it matters much. Do you think shaders would make it, oh, that's, whoa, wow. Whoa. Yeah, we'll go with fast. Oh my god, that's so bad. Wait, you know what? How about this? We'll go to video settings. We'll bring our render distance down even more. you're gonna have to give me a second though. But yeah, you know, introspection is kind of like looking within yourself, really, really questioning what you are and who you are, and well, at least that's my idea, my definition of introspection. It's really just like looking inward and understanding yourself. But I've always had that, and I came to the realization in the middle of this recording, man, the main reason why I don't have opinions is because I was scared of being wrong growing up. Like, I was really, really scared. The screen is like lagging a little bit, but I don't mind. Anything for quality, I guess. I came to the realization, like, wow, yeah, I was scared of being wrong. That was like a massive fear of mine. What are these? Oh, lilac and a rose bush. Oh, I'm gonna make a house with rose bushes all around it. Blue and purple. Oh, some of my favorite colors. Pigs. All right, there's a bunch of pigs back home anyways. What is this? Lily of the Valley. I knew it. And then bees, right? We found bees last time. That was interesting. I really want to find one of those mushroom islands. Wait, don't tell me right as I said it, I found one. Or is that just like a... That's an archipelago, probably. And there's something off over there in the distance. Man, Minecraft's really full now. It used to be so empty. It's interesting. It used to feel almost... I used to be really scared of this game because there was just very little of anything. And you'd kind of have to wonder, like, why is there so little life? And now look at it. Is this Anthurium? I grew one of these from a bulb once. Oh, it's Allium. Allium? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I went to a 99-cent store and they were selling bulbs, and I really like gardening. So I was like, what are the odds that these like $2 bulbs that aren't kept refrigerated or anything will actually grow and grow into something? Oddly enough, not all of them grew, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't get every bloom, but I wound up there's a little reference to time itself. I checked. I feared for my safety for a moment, and I checked, what time is it? There's something purple there. Ooh. What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for here? Okay, that's taking too long. That's probably not what I want it to be. Squids. Is this Netherrack? I've played this game before, right? Like, is this Netherrack? It is. There's Netherrack, and... Oh, geez, okay. Let's not touch that. I had a feeling. Netherrack and magma. Do I get hurt if I touch this? I don't. Interesting how that works. Okay, there's just Netherrack here. Is this like Terraria now, where you have corruption and it spreads? Do I have to like destroy all this before it's too late? That's pretty cool. Like, there used to be... The world was just that. It was just the world. And you would just kind of explore it. And I don't need to be some kind of Minecraft historian. I can just get back to my story. Sorry. I came to the realization that I was scared of having opinions because I was scared of being wrong. Because growing up, I had 2 older brothers, and I was just constantly compared to them. And I was always told, like, hey, they did this, don't do this, don't do that. And normally that breeds, like, you know, tension between brothers and stuff like that. Like, oh, you're always comparing me to him, blah, 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 right? Like, I think I'm gonna go mining. Yeah, I need, like, stone, I need iron, I need to weapon up and get moving in this place. Get bumping and grinding so I can explore everything. That'd be nice. Yeah, and usually that you know, getting compared to your siblings usually causes like that kind of grief where you end up like disliking each other because you're always compared to each other, and it breeds this environment of breeds this environment of hey, you know, I'm only as good as my brother is bad. And most people don't, like, you know, go that deep into that, right? You really have to take into consideration what is the end goal of this and what is the impact it's going to have. But generally, it just becomes this weird zero-sum game with, like, life and achievement where, oh yeah, I'm only as good as my brother is bad. And if I'm not better than that, then I get, you know, disciplined. I get shouted at. I get told, like, hey, I need to do better. Your brother did this at that time, and he was so much better. And it's like, it wasn't like a persistent thing, but it was certainly something that was present, and it did certainly cause some tension. It rather than motivate me, it actually demotivated me as a kid, right? So I felt like, well, doing anything causes tension, so I'd really rather not do anything. Also didn't help that I was just lazy. I don't know, I'd have to talk to like some kind of professional to see if that's even a thing. I don't know if people are just lazy, if there are just inherent dispositions, right? At that point you're already on your way to questioning whether man is inherently evil or not, and that's a whole hold on, this is getting really loud, just like real Minecraft music. I put on some Minecraft music with rain in it, and the music is getting louder than the rain. So I'm tempted to just change it. Hold on, I think this was the one I was listening to originally. Is it this one? No, I can't. I really like the sound of rain. It was supposed to rain earlier today, but we got robbed of that. Earlier today, I was doing a lot of schoolwork, lots of homework, trying to do different things in my life, and it didn't work out. But hey, you know, that's the way. How about this one? I think this is the one I was listening to last time. And put it like that. There we go. And I'll put it like this so I can see it. There we go. Yeah, so I just wound up what's the word I'm looking for here? I just wound up being the kind of person that never really I didn't really want to do much. I everything I did was just to like please the people in my life, and I noticed every time I did something that made me happy, it was always something that never really made them happy, right? The things I wanted to do. Like, I like really being creative, and it made my parents happy when I would tell them, like, hey, yeah, I think I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a pharmacologist. I was really just unbearable as a child. I was straight up the kind of kid that would read, like, books on ants and stuff. Not because I felt an obligation to, but because, it made my parents happy when I would speak, like, intelligently, I guess is one way of putting it. The sun is setting. There it is. I remember one point in my life I really hated mountains, because I mean I grew up in the valley, and all around us are just mountains. And I don't know, it felt like a prison, because it was always the same thing. It was always the same thing every day. And as a child, I don't know, I couldn't help but just look at everything like, oh yeah, it's just the same thing over and over again, always, since forever. And I don't know, that's just drained that, well, at least for me as a child, and definitely growing up. Now as a grown up, I've just come to just kind of accept it, like, yeah, this is it. This has been it for the past my age. I think I've said how old I am. I think I already spoiled how when my birthday is. But regardless, I don't know, it was interesting. I came to the realization I don't like having opinions, but I do have opinions, but I'm scared to let them come forward in my mind, which is another interesting thought to have. I need wood for anything, just in case. Whoopsie doodle. Let me put a torch in there just in case I don't want something bad happening. I came to the realization I do have opinions. I'm scared of having them, and I've never really explored. Oh, I can't block with a sword? I don't know if you guys can hear me clicking that mouse, but I could have sworn you used to be able to, like, put your sword across, right? I was just scared of having opinions. That was the weirdest thing that I realized. I was so scared to just have that. And I guess I still am. I shouldn't guess. It's just realizing that I am. I've had such an easy time talking around what I really feel like that I don't actually know how to talk about what I really feel like, interestingly enough. Yeah, I don't know, it's a weird thought. Yeah. It's not like it makes me sad or anything. It's just, it definitely puts me in this state of really thinking like, hey, yeah, I really don't I take the time to really think through, like, oh yeah, if I do this and this and this and this and this and this, like analyze and critique myself like fairly harshly, whereas others, I always give them the benefit of the doubt, like, yeah, how are they supposed to know, right? The whole point of me getting wood was to make a shovel for my Valentine. Yeah, I think that's probably one of... Didn't I have an extra one? Didn't I make two? Could have sworn I made two. Oh well. Yeah, I just kind of, flint. I can make arrows. Oh, but I need feathers for my chicken. Yeah, I don't think I want to waste my time digging out all this gravel, so we'll see. I kind of just came to this realization in the middle of this recording, and it made me go silent, and I actually just ended the recording because I was like, yeah, I need to think on this. I need to be able to actually process this emotion and actually be able to speak on it. Not like it matters much, right? But maybe someone will hear this and be like, hey, yeah, I've had that moment too. And so they don't feel as alone. But I came to this realization, like, yeah, I have opinions and I'm just scared of them. And all of this was sprung on because I was trying to challenge myself and talk about anime and weeb culture, because I was around people who perfectly accepted that, right? Like, I wasn't around people who would bully me over it, but it was certainly something that I felt strange over. In particular, in that recording, I was talking about how I went to anime club once, and I saw just how enthusiastic people were about these things. And now that I think about it, I'll talk about this topic now, and maybe hopefully I'll remember at that time as well. But I tried a different time, like, yeah, what's the word I'm thinking of? I joined I joined Star Wars Club, I think it was, and during lunch they were gonna have a what's it called? Ooh, what is that? It's just water. Am I like under a river? It's an aquifer. Well, this is a very particular aquifer. Okay. Let's plug this up. Can I do this? I can't do that. Let me grab gravel. We'll waste our gravel. What is this stuff? I just dug it up, but there you go. Copper? Wait, are they introducing electricity to Minecraft? That's hilarious. Soon, modded Minecraft will just be Minecraft. I don't want to plug up that, or, you know, pollute that aquifer. Although from the looks of it, it'd be a very, very, like, metallic tasting aquifer, considering there's all this copper around it. Strange. When you think about it, gravel would allow and filter that water to come through, but, you know, we're not going for realism here. It's just Minecraft. And yeah, wow, I also just unlocked a core memory talking about this stuff. My mother, it was like this lunchtime thing for Star Wars, and the teacher was like, yeah, just bring $5 and we'll have pizza and we'll have drinks and we'll watch Star Wars during lunch. We'll watch the new Clone, I think at the time, like the Clone Wars, not like the original, like, live action one. It was the animated Clone Wars, and I think a special or like a movie had just come out for the animated version of it. Is that mossy cobblestone, or what is that? Looks like mossy just stone. I don't know. Everything's changed with this game, so I don't know what's what, and I'm absolutely terrified right now because it is just dark in all recesses of this tunnel. If I scream like a girl, you'll know. Wow, this goes really deep down, don't it? Yeah, I'm putting it all on the left, so I know I'm going home when everything's on my right. And then I'll put a junction here, and then we'll do this. Just light up all these tunnels. Oh boy. Okay, it's starting to get small. Nope, it's going. It looks like there's lava around here. From the... Oh, it's a crevasse. Check that out. Yeah. There's creepsters out there. I'm always scared that I'll turn around and I'll see something I don't want to see. The fear of the unknown. That's just what makes us human, isn't it? And wow, yeah, I'm still ruminating on that unlocked memory, but now that I'm older, I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. But at the time, the teacher said, hey, yeah, just bring a what's the word I'm looking for here? Just bring $5. And I remember this. I told my mom, like, hey, yeah, I just need $5 to go and be part of the Star Wars, go and watch a movie during lunchtime with the Star Wars club. And she handed me a check for $5. And now that I'm older, I realize, like, wow, that's awful. Like, I get it, but also, like, wow, my mom was very strange. Well, I think strange is an understatement, but still, I know for a fact that there are people who have had similar things where they told their parent, like, hey, yeah, so X, Y, and Z is happening, and I just need $5 to do it. It's a lot of money, or at least to me as a child, it was a lot of money. But I'd like to go and join that. May I please have $5 to join in this extracurricular activity with friends? And I did. And then I forget what happened. I think I was just going through, I don't know what had happened, but I was, what was it? I think I handed him the check and he said, is this a check? He said, this is a check for $5. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you don't just have like $5 on you? I'm like, no. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. And I think in that moment, the teacher realized, like, oh, and he was like, oh, no, wait, you can just go in. And I was like, no, I'm good. And I just walked away. Yeah, wow, what a memory. I can still go back to that time. It was weird. I was like, I guess, I don't know. It was just that realization of like, oh, I guess this isn't good enough. I don't know. I still remember that feeling. It's a weird thing to think on because it's just like, huh. And then my mom asked me, so how'd it go? And I was like, yeah, it was great. And of course I didn't actually go. I was just like, just handed this dude a check for $5. I think he handed it back to me. I'm trying to remember this. I think he handed it back to me and I was like, he's like, you know what, it's fine. You can just go on in. And I was like, oh, I'm good. And I just didn't go in. I still remember that. I was just so, I don't know how to describe that feeling. For a second, I felt like there's something not right with this process that I have just done. And they have found it strange. But I don't know, because that is just how my mother is. And I remember that so vividly. And I don't know, I just felt, I wouldn't say dejected, but I certainly felt strange. Oh, this is the base of that crevasse, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Be careful, because we did see a Queepa. Queepa, oh man. There's a Queepa in here, but we're gonna... Whoa, I knew it. Oh god, I got so scared for a second there. Come here. Get out of here. Come here. There we go. Eat grits and gravy. Eat grits and gravy, mother trucker. Oh god, I heard that hiss and I was like, I jumped. I felt fear. I felt fear from my childhood game for a moment there. I was like, uh-oh. I hear skeletons. And they're like drowning or something. Oh, here's another access point to this thing. Hold on, this music's getting loud. Like usual. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting feeling at the time because to me now, it was an interesting feeling, but I definitely felt, is this marble? As my people like to say, marble? It's diorite. I thought it was marble. I think you can do something with this, right? I don't know. Is there marble in this game? I hope there's marble, or as my people say, marble. I should make like posts about this stuff. There we go. Like flatten out walls if I'm gonna keep them there. Ooh, there's more iron. There is an open open tunnel somewhere along here as well, so I gotta be careful with my back still. Yeah, I still remember that feeling. I actually felt a little bit of that sadness just now, just passed down onto me. Was that a vine? Was that moss? What was that? I just remembered that feeling, and I don't know, it was interesting. And I just told her it went fine. And then of course, I had a friend in that Star Wars club, and I decided that I would only just show up to the club activities. And after a while, it's I don't know how to describe this feeling, but the best way I can describe it is, it's as though there's this just, I don't want to say hole. That seems very cliche, but it's this feeling of like, I want to say draining hole. I don't know how to put this, but at the time, and every now and again it sneaks up on me, but usually I catch it. But it's this feeling of like suction. I don't know how to put it. It definitely feels like something's leaving you, though. It feels like something's leaving you, and I had that feeling at that time, and I don't know what it was about that response from the teacher, but something just made it like start that coming out. I don't know what that is. Motivation. Something started leaving me after that moment, and I don't know what it was. And I asked my mom, like, hey, why couldn't you have just given me like a $5 bill? Is it really that much money? And she's like, well, I don't trust you. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was it. I wasn't really the argument. Like I said, I'm not really the argumentative type. So for me, it was just like, oh, she doesn't trust me. Okay. That's generally it. That's like, usually I wish I could identify things. What is this? What is this stuff? It's like moss or something. Can I collect it? I think I need shears for that. I have 22 raw iron, so we can, as long as we find more iron, we're golden. We're also near a vein, so it'll be fine. But yeah, I noticed that a lot of my responses just kind of summarize to okay, and then it's not like I just sit there and take it, right? Like I immediately just start thinking like, well, how can I get back at this person? Like I was as I'm not saying like I'm some kind of victim or anything, right? But as a child, I was certainly I was very mischievous. I didn't take things lying down. So I was just like, oh, she doesn't trust me. Okay, well, I'll give her a reason to not trust me. I remember I just I'd tell her like, yeah, I'm doing great at school. And then I just would flunk school. It's very self-destructive type beat, you know what I'm saying? So I would do that, and it upset her, and something about that was very cathartic. When people upset me, I just immediately, I'm like, well, I mean, clearly you don't understand how you've made me feel, so rather than talk it out, which, I mean, it's a little difficult, especially when you're a child. Who the hell's gonna listen to you? It's a bat. Oh, whoopsie doodle. Hopefully that didn't unblock. Yeah, it unblocked a bunch of stuff. And I'm getting a call. Speak of the devil, and they shall appear. Give me a second. Ooh, gotta take phone calls. Always something, right? Always something to do. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Just the way it all works out. Yeah, I need to block off that hole. I don't want anything falling in on me. I already had that happen earlier. Oh gosh golly. Oh, there's a whole nother crevasse over here. Cravasse. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of came to that realization, like, you know, because you're in middle school, so you're developing yourself, right? And I mean, gosh, compared to now, you could not have choked a word out of me. That's the best way I just described it to some people. You could not choke a single word out of me. Like, you could be killing me. At the time, mind you, at the time. So this is like teenage me. Just going through it, going through puberty, going through life, you know? Which is typical of a teenager, but you could not have choked a word out of me. Maybe I would have, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I just didn't talk much as a kid. Now no, I mean, I had my moments, right? Like, someone would say something, and I'd be like, oh, hold on. I've messed up my torch system. Hold on, I just noticed that. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I messed up my torch system for a second there. There is a lot going on here. Hold on. Oh, I hear skeletons. Let's make a staircase here. It's like drowning? It's just getting persistently hit. I don't know what's going on with that skeleton. Or I might be closer to the surface than I think. Okay, so this is a junction. We'll do left. On the left. This is kind of pretty. A little scary, but sometimes the things in life that we should be doing are scary. Bang. Alright. Bang. Alright. Watch your flank. Oh, I missed. Bang. Bang. Alright, we did it. We're balling. Balling like Jordan. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna... Oh, gold. Gold. We've struck gold. Although, I don't know if it's still as useless as it was about 8 years ago. Another junction. Cool. Alright, let's just head on back. Lots of stuff there. I'm getting sick of these junctions, though. Okay, so as long as torches are on my right, okay, so this is a nice round little room. Call it a round room. There we go. Left. Always set it to the left. There's also stuff like faintly glowing. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if that's just like weird like lighting effects that are like messing up. And then do this. And then I'll do this just to kind of indicate. Well, I don't think there's really anywhere. Oh, I could accidentally go through there. I'm trying to anticipate if I get lost or not. You know, I'm not the brightest tool in the shed, so I like to anticipate myself, you know? Yeah. I mean, I guess for some people it's like a depressing thing to think about, like, yeah, when I was a kid, X, Y, and Z have. And it's like, yeah, I get it. But sometimes you have to face the things that made you into who you are now in order to define yourself, especially in that moment. Like for me, like really thinking about it, like every moment, not every moment, but a majority of moments in my life where I felt like, wow, I have zero control in this moment. It usually involved my parents, especially as a kid. I was like, I feel zero control in this moment. And, oh, water drip? Okay. And usually, yeah, it's because, you know, you're a child and it's like, wow, I have no control. So I noticed I had this inclination where if I feel like I have no control, I tend to do very, very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, just very erratic things, I'll put it. I'll do anything to feel a semblance of control. Whoa, that's fascinating. It's like a massive chamber. In nature, generally you'll find these massive caverns, and usually, I mean, it depends, right? Depending on what they look like. Usually, they'll they'll be created. I'll set a wall here. I don't want to think about this. A story of my life. I'm just gonna build a wall and not think about it. Usually they're, I don't know if it's real life or I'm thinking of fantasy. We can actually set this whole thing off. There we go. You get these massive chambers because there was once just like a massive like magma chamber back in the day, back when the earth was still forming. And I mean, if all of this were, I mean, it depends, right? Like, it has to cool very slowly for the actual crystalline structures to form. But I don't know if that exists in real life. But I guess technically there could be out there somewhere in the world just this massive crystalline cavern underground. This kind of took my breath away. I was like, wow, it's just underground and it's like a whole other world and there's just magma flowing down into it. Dang. I like how I was originally talking about introspection and like my own experiences, and now I'm just like, whoa, look at this. That's fascinating. Yeah. It's interesting how you can also kind of get a feel of topography depending on how the shadows are placed. Like, is that raised or is that sunken? It's actually sunken because it's darker than the rest of the area around it. You can kind of tell by that, by the shadows. There's like those weird pyres over there. Fascinating. There's like weird stone over there. I don't know if you can see that. I like it because I have the point of view so high. I can actually like zoom in if I look like this. So the left there. See, like if I look directly at it, nothing. If I look at it from the edge, you can kind of see it's magnified. It looks like cobblestone. There's probably like a dungeon over there or something. Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely had moments in my life where I just think like, yeah, this is I feel zero control. And I think it's oh, sorry, buddy, I'm gonna hit you. Careful. I'm mining here. You have those moments where it's like, wow, I have no control in this moment. None. There's nothing that I am in control of in this moment. And I think that's much like the unknown. That is an equal fear of humans. Like we just, sometimes we just need control. We need to feel like, hey, in this moment I am okay because I know that I can change it in an instant. And for some people that's enough. But in life, of course, you're not always going to have that. Sometimes in life you just get those moments where it's like, I had no control over that. Nothing I could have done would have changed the outcome. And yeah, sometimes that's just the way it rolls. Like right now, my neighbors are coming home from work. Yeah, it's like about to be 3. And it means they're going to make a bunch of noise. And it means I'll probably end my stream soon. But in these few minutes, in these few moments, I have had control. At least over myself. At least over the actions and things I've decided to do that I find I care for. But of course, beyond that, I mean, how much control do I have really? Right, I remember I was at work and someone was reading, who was it? Kierkegaard, and that's I forget what he focuses on. But I had just finished reading up on like Jean-Paul Sartre, which is a philosopher on existentialism, and well, no, he's humanist, I guess. I mostly just focus on the existentialism because that's I just like the words he says in regards to certain things, which is to be free. Man is condemned to be free. Just to say, like, you have all these freedoms, you have so much choice, but what is that choice really? And it was like his response to, I think it's called fatalism, which is like people who believe that everything has already been decided from the beginning of the universe. But of course, obviously, how do you measure that? How do you know that? How do you know that everything has already happened in this universe already, and that is already going to happen the way it was meant to be? Or have you had an influence on the universe, right? It's scary to think about, but it's also like, how can you prove that you have that free will? Are you really that free? And if you are, is it more a shackle than it is anything else? At least that's the way I view it. Well, at least that's the way I read it, I should say. I shouldn't take credit for some philosopher's observations. Yeah, guys, I really thought about it, and I Is man really free? um, I tend to laugh a lot. I've noticed that, especially as a child, I just kind of nervous laugh. I've had moments where my nervous laughter has gotten me into trouble. And to me now they're funny stories. At the time, there's one story in particular that I always just find funny, because I had hit that point of, I don't know, it was such a low point in my life. I was studying, I was doing so much stuff, but I was also having so many life changes at the same time. So it was like a massive heat wave in LA. And what tends to happen with heat waves is that the power goes out because everyone has their air conditioners on. Not just people at home, but also people who are, at work, right? So there's all these places with their air conditioners on because, people are going to hang out and they're going to go, hang out at places to be in the air conditioning, especially if their homes don't have air conditioning. So, of course, the power goes out and I'm at work and it's an office store. I'm not going to say which one, but it was interesting because I won't say funny because I also understand, like, hey, yeah, like, I get it. I get it. But the power had just gone out and this very clearly disabled person, I'll put it as, rolls up. And by rolls up, I mean he's in an electric wheelchair, and he like knocks. I shouldn't say knocks, but he, like, he comes up to the door of the office place, and he's like, "Man, why the f you guys closed? What the f?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, clearly he's upset. I get it. Like, he probably has business to do. I get it. I get it. I don't tell him that, obviously. That's just me preparing myself, my 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 shut-in self, like hyping myself up, like, okay, come on, we gotta de-escalate this. At that time, I'm motioning with my hands as if you guys can see me. At that time, I hadn't had any form of de-escalation training. My idea of de-escalation was smile, chuckle, and be like, ha ha ha, yeah, tell me about it. And I did this. I did just that. and and this guy's like, "What the hell are you laughing at? You laughing at me?" And I'm like, "No, no, no." And of course, I'm like smiling, and I'm like, "No, no, no, no." Like, like hide the pain, Harold. If anyone remembers that meme still, just go watch the Internet Historian. He uses Hide the Pain Harold as his, like, rant Sona type beat thing. And I'm like, no, 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 I didn't mean it like that. Like, how can I help you? Like, I can give you a coupon. They gave me, like, these cutout coupons to give out to people. Like, hey, yeah, it's like 50% off your next purchase. Like, it was a really big coupon. Like, they were like, hey, hand these out to people when they walk up to the door, or when they walk up to the door, tell them, like, hey, I'm so sorry, we're closed right now. And if they give you trouble, just give them this 50% coupon. And I was like, wow, that's a massive coupon. And of course I worked there, so it's not like I could have just taken it. But I just wound up, whoa, no, I'm not going to summarize like that. I want to finish this story. um, I, I just wound up telling him, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, what can I help you with? And he's like, my freaking, is it called a scooter? I don't think it's a scooter, but it's like an electric wheelchair, right? So he's like, well, I'm going to say frickin'. I'm not in the mood to curse right now, at least not streaming. I know, right? You're not in the mood to curse, right? He's just like, my freaking scooter is messing up, man. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I'd be just as pissed too, in all honesty. I didn't tell him that, but I was like, oh no, I understand. Okay, we'll see if we can get you some tape, okay? He's like, yeah, my freaking controller's messed up, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, this guy's really going through it. And he's like, it's so hot. Can I at least come in so I can? And of course, I'm like, oh, they told me to not let anyone in. And I was like, oh, the air conditioning isn't working in here anyways. I'll ask my manager, because we still got our radios working. And wait, were the radios working? You know what? I don't even think the radios were working. Oh, snap. I don't even think our little handhelds were working. Oh god, I'm getting lost. Oh no, I'm fine. I wound up just contacting my manager, like, what's it called? I remember telling my manager at the time, like, hey, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for here? Hey, no. You know what? I think she wound up walking over to me. Oh, this memory's so hard to remember right now. But effectively, my manager shows up. That's all I remember, because I was like, yeah, you can just step in here, but it's still pretty warm in here because the air conditioner, like our power's out. The air conditioner isn't working. And, oh, whoops, water. Is this like another aquifer? Yeah, this place is filled with water. I'm not going in here. Okay, I think we're gonna go... I don't want to go down lower. Maybe I should go up. Well, I did find a bunch of iron. I should probably make a bunch of iron stuff now that I got a bunch of it. Go exploring up world, upside. As you know, the whole point of this game is, yeah, I'm gonna go into Minecraft and explore stuff. But obviously I kind of want to explore the upper world, right? Like, it's this randomly generated world. What could possibly... Is it raining? It's raining in the game too. It's there's no rain right now, but look at that. Wow. Oh, if I go to sleep, is it gonna get rid of it? Yeah, here, we'll just we'll craft through the night. How about that? This is precisely what I wanted. Here we go. I think I should make multiples, right? I'm gonna need a bigger house if I want multiple what's the word I'm looking for here? Multiple forges. Furnaces. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't put them on top of a chest. Let's keep my... Do you think... Okay, the bed is obstructed. I was like, is this gonna kill me? I should probably set like some stuff on top of this just to make sure nothing bad happens. Can I still make oh, those are slabs. How do I make oh right, I have this thing. Trapdoor. What is it? Oh, it's 6. Perfect. And then I just do one. Oh. Not quite what I wanted. How do there we go. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think anything will come up on me, but I should probably expand my house a bit and make room for... Wow, that's really pouring down, ain't it? Make some room for it, for all that. Anyways, back to the story. I wound up getting my manager, I forget how, and telling her, like, hey, yeah, this dude says his scooter is, like, out of commission. Wow, something really high-pitched just turned on, and it's really hurt my head. Oh my god, that was awful. Yeah. His scooter isn't working. Like, is there anything we can do? He says he just needs some tape or something. And he's like, yeah, I just need some fucking tape. Right? Just to clarify the kind of language he was using. And whatever, who cares? It's just language, right? And he just wound up getting very upset at me. And she's like, okay, I'll go find some tape. And I'm just standing there smiling, because that's just the way I am. I'm just standing there smiling, like, yeah, she'll go get you some tape. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, you know, really crazy with all this hot weather and all that, right? And he's like, you know, he's like, yeah, if it weren't for my fucking scooter breaking, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, it's upsetty spaghetti and all that. I get it. I'm gonna kill this thing, even though it's friendly right now. Not even a single hit. Oh no! Not even a single hit on me. Bang. Bang. Oh, I got overzealous. Bang. I'm running into the wall. There we go. All right. All right. See? Got to stand your ground. That's what I've learned. I've matured. I've become a better Minecraft player. And I'm just waiting for my iron to cook so I can make some armor, get out there in the world. How do you block now, though? You can't block, interestingly enough. But yeah, I wound up, while waiting for my manager to get back, I'm just standing there smiling, and he's like, yeah, what the fuck are you smiling about? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to stay positive. And he's like, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck about that, I just need my tape. What the fuck's taking so long? And he's clearly getting upset. And I'm like, okay, I get it, dude, but like, also, like, could have just told you to go home and not done anything, but also, I mean, I guess, whatever. Oh, thank God it still works. It's still the same recipe. Whew, I should probably make an iron sword, too. I'm gonna make myself some pants. I hear that spider. It's next. It's next, the first chance I get. Check this out. Bang, 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 bang! That spider's gonna be so freaking dead. once I'm done with crafting. I hear you, buddy. Just you wait. He's cursing me out. Back to the story. He's cursing me out. And of course, I'm just like, oh boy. Oh boy. My first thought is I don't want conflict because, God, that's just so annoying. Just why? Why conflict? Why do we have to do this? Why are we like this? Is it because I'm smiling? I'm sorry that I'm just a nervous smiler and laugher. So I was like, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, fuck. Oh, you're laughing at me, aren't you? You're making fun of me. And I'm like, I'm just kind of, I just kind of stand there and just smile at that point. I'm just paralyzed. I'm like, no, but at this point, how am I supposed to explain this? Like, I just nervous smile and laugh. I'm sorry. And, you know, he wound up, getting very upset, and he winds up telling me, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. And of course, the state this person is in would make that very difficult. Very difficult. So I, of course, am just like, just kind of staring, just flabbergasted at what, just flabbergasted. I was like, really, we just hit this point where just, you're just upset at me. Like, we've really hit this point, huh? All relations have ended. There's no way for me to actually just talk to you. Ooh, a shield. I need wood. I'm gonna make a shield. Let's make a shield. And of course I felt bad, but also I was like, what am I supposed to do at this point? And of course my manager comes and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, he's telling me he's gonna kick my ass. And she's like, what? And she's like, hey, you can't be talking to him like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, you're gonna have to go. Just go. Here's your tape. Just go. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That was the first time I ever had a manager actually like stand up for me. It was interesting. I realized in that moment, I was like, oh. And I explained to them like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just upset him. I tend to like smile and like laugh when I'm nervous. And she wound up just saying like, no, that doesn't matter. You're just trying to be nice. I'm like, kind of, but also not really. I kind of felt bad. I mean, the poor guy, like, it's the hottest day in summer for California at that time. Of course, it's now gotten significantly hotter in California. And I just wound up, you know, oh God, I thought that sunflower was a creeper. Holy crap. I'm broken. Mentally, I am broken. But yeah, it's just, you know, lots of things going on in that. Originally, I was talking about introspection and all that, how I came to realize I don't like having opinions. And I've come to the realization I just need to start having opinions. Because it's just not interesting not having opinions. I noticed every time I was in the middle of a conversation, or not in the conversation, right? I can work around that. I've learned to work around not having opinions. But I wound up just realizing like, hey, yeah, I kind of need opinions if I want to say anything interesting. I've noticed anything, no matter what I do as a streamer or like whenever I record videos, no matter what I do, if I don't have an opinion, it's just not interesting. Let's be honest. It's just not interesting. No amount of like jokes will make up for my lack of personality as a result of not having an opinion. Of course, there are bad opinions to have, right? Like, simply because this person was disabled doesn't mean that I, you know, should have taken that verbal abuse I took from him. And it certainly would have made a more interesting story if I had responded to him in a more just careless manner, you know? And of course I didn't want to do that. That's inherently not who I am. I don't like being mean to others to begin with, which is why I avoided having opinions to begin with. But I think it was interesting regardless. Just having this moment and thinking back on it, like, yeah, wow, nothing I could have said in that moment would have fixed that. Nothing would have fixed that. I think I think that's an issue, because like you really gotta, like, right, you really gotta exaggerate your personality when you're playing something like this. Because I mean, when I immediately think about it, my first thought is, wow, I don't really have all that many stories, do I? I don't really got much to talk about. But I just wound up thinking, just dredging up all these old memories. Just thinking like, huh, what what defines me? Right? Like that's such a strange thing to think about, especially when you're doing a recording. But still, it's like, what defines me? What makes me into who I am? What makes me think that I am who I am? And being able to have those thoughts is super important, because that otherwise you just become that person who's just lacks any self-awareness. Like you are incapable of looking beyond yourself because you only look at yourself, right? Like it's important to look at yourself, and rather than just compare, you have to think like, huh, what makes me different? What makes me who I am? What defines me? When I think of my definitive moments, it's definitely moments like that where just just a clear like disregard for me as someone trustworthy. At the like, I wouldn't say I was a perfect child. I wouldn't say that I didn't lie to my mother as a child, but it was $5. I still don't know why my mother didn't trust me with even $5. That was fascinating for me. Well, at the time it wasn't. It was devastating for me as a child, but as an adult now, I'm like, huh, how did that affect me? What changes did I make in that moment that made me do that? That made me question, ooh, right, horses, there are horses nearby. What choices did I make after that to, like, you know, oh, give me a second, the music's quiet now. This is so chilly. This is so chilly. You know, what choices did I make to actually change those things? Yeah, okay, that's why the music's about to end. All right. Okay. Well, it'll autoplay onto something else. I definitely oh, there's a cavern entrance over here. There's lots of animals here. I appreciate this. There's lava down there. There's something down there. Do you see that? If I do this. There's like, what is that? Is that like, I think that's just dirt. Or this, what is that? It's so useful having my POV up. Whoa. Oh, this is the pyre place we saw. Is that dirt? What is that? It's so useful having a high point of view, because then is that a skeleton riding a, hold on. This is what high POV is good for. That skeleton is riding a freaking, not snake, spider. I don't think they've noticed me yet, but I'm gonna sneak away. Whoa, there is something down here. That is wild. It's like a channel. It's like a straight channel tunnel type beat over here. I'm gonna block it off. Why explore when I can just block it off? I'm gonna make a sign, just so I don't forget. Just so we can set it up and not forget what we got over here. Yeah. You know, most people when they play Minecraft, there is a cavern with there's a cavern with stalagmites. Is it stalagmites or stalactites? Magnetites. Stalagmites and skeletons and mobs. Cool. Smiley face. We'll do that. Just so when I'm walking past here, it'll get my attention every now and again. I'll be like, ooh, what's over here? And when I feel good and ready, I'll come back to it. It's starting to get dark, so I'm going to go ahead and just, yeah. If you're wondering what I'm doing, you'll see. Nothing pretty. Although I like art, I'm not exactly good at it. At night or during thunderstorms. Thunderstorms? Why would you sleep through a thunderstorm? My wheat is ready to harvest. Can I use this? Is this, oh, okay. Oh, was it not ready? Oh, it is ready. Sick. I'm gonna make so much bread, bro. I tell my mother every now and again, I think I was what's the word I'm looking for here? I think I was a bakery dude. What's the word for it? What's the word for a bakery dude? I think I was a baker in a past life because man, I love bread. Bread is so good, dude. I know, most controversial opinion I'll have. Bread is so good, dude. Bread is so freaking delicious. Like, it's fluffy. It can be crispy, crunchy, fluffy, sweet, savory. I mean, in the case of sourdough, it could even be sour. But, you know, I that's like the extent of my of my of my controversial opinions. Bread is so yummy, dude. You might say I'm rather milk toast. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I accidentally coughed into my mic. But yeah, I definitely had a moment where with all those things, just conflicts in my life that have occurred, and it's interesting that in order to be interesting, you have to be opinionated. You have to have things that define you, and you know, people have morals and they have what they believe is true and or real. And I must admit, I 9 attack, 6 attack, but it's faster. Oh god, okay, it's a freaking sheep. It's just really interesting to think, like, in these moments that I have, these very fleeting moments, whether it's me living or me just what's the word I'm looking for here? What am I scared of? I don't know what I'm scared of. I guess backlash? I've seen so many examples. I tend to overthink things. Honestly, I really do look at what others go through and think, I wouldn't want that happening to me. And sometimes it is just that simple. Sometimes it is just every example of something that I've seen has resulted in that. And it's not like I hold like radical opinions or anything like that. It's more along the lines of like, people should just be careful, buddy. I'm gonna hit you with my shovel. It should just be you should just believe what you want to believe, but it shouldn't harm others. At least that's what I think. I think that if you're hurting others, then you're really not doing much good to the world. Although sometimes others do hurt and you need to hurt them back, unfortunately. Guess that's probably the most controversial thing I can think of. I mean, I've been in situations where I'm like, people have hurt me and I've refused to hurt them back. And some might say that makes you the bigger person, but usually it just hurts. That's really about it. Obviously, you shouldn't go picking fights, but also, I think it's important to not let yourself get carried away by someone else. Because, I mean, at some point, you stop being the child. I mean, that's one of the biggest experiences. That's my most recent experience. Came to the realization, I'm not the child anymore. I'm the adult. When I need help, or when I need an idea, or when I really need to think something through, my first thought is, wow, I should ask for help or for an opinion. But then I realize I am the help. I am the opinion. And definitely that recording session I had recently was certainly something, because it really made me think, like, why am I scared of having a wrong opinion? Why am I scared of doing something and then receiving backlash? If I honestly believe that what I'm doing is right, then does it really matter what others think of it? But of course, when I say that, people, at least in my mind, I'm immediately thinking people are going to think I'm some kind of oh, I'm going to hate saying this word, but people are going to think I'm some kind of fascist patronizer. There we go. We'll put it that way. I'm not going to say the word itself, but people are just going to think that, yeah. But then again, that probably just means I've been on Twitter for too long. I've been using Twitter too much, so immediately when I say something, is it the seeds? Why is it following me? The dirt? Is it me? Was that thing following me? That was so weird. It is the seeds. Oh, I can breed chickens. Didn't I have a fence? Hold on. Oh, I don't think I want to say that, but I'll say it anyways. I'm gonna breed these chickens. Oh, and cows is wheat. I remember. Wheat, right? Okay, so now you guys see where I'm going with this building, right? Now you guys see what I'm building. I'm making a ranch. Big old ranch. No, I'm not talking about the dressing. I'm not talking about the dressing. Yeah. If it hasn't gotten old already, but I'm just always thinking things to what I think is the complete conclusion, but obviously that's not it. Probably the thing that set me off recently is my school. Been doing a lot of what's the word I'm thinking of? My classes involve my classes just involve logic, and I've never really had to, never been good at it, if I had to put it some way. Like, I love puzzles. Hold on, let me drink some water. I love puzzles. Excuse me. I love puzzles. I love all kinds of like mind things that help you like change the way you look at things, maybe change the way you perceive things. Like, you know, is this a donkey or is it a rabbit, and how do you prove which one it is? Like, right? Like, because you'd have to go into the idea of what was the artist's intention. And it's certainly something when I think on it, and I'm just like, I'm scared to have an opinion because I imagine the absolute worst, and that kind of defines that kind of defines a lot of aspects in my life, right? Like, I avoid uploading things sometimes, not because like, oh, I what's the word I'm looking for here? I avoid having opinions because you know, I'm scared of like this and that and X and Y, but it's like but you know, I think probably the most controversial thing I can think and believe in is that I don't care. Like that's such a scary thing to think about. Like, what if I don't have an opinion because I don't care? Like, what if it's just that? What if like I can't bring myself to care enough about something, and it's just me. What is going on with this thing? My thing has been like freaking out this entire time. Oh, jeez, it's almost time for me to end this. Whoopsie doodle. It's just me. By the way, my house is not getting prettier than a than a block. It's probably not getting prettier than this, if I'm being honest with you. But I will be terraforming as I see fit. Mostly just straight lines. I don't have that artistic sense of nature. I guess nature isn't exactly random, but it is certainly something. The fact that I spawned in a field of sunflowers, I actually really enjoy it. I'm gonna put in the new set of music. We'll put on Ghibli medley. Yeah, I'm kind of in the mood for that. Nah, not really. How about this? Yeah, some Animal Crossing music. Let's go. Let's go with some Animal Crossing music. There we go. Yeah, I think it's gonna be time to end this soon, but still, I think we'll get out of this long thought. But I mean, hey, that's the whole point. That's what I want to stream about, right? I'm talking about myself. I guess I can be self-centered at times. I definitely have my moments where I'm like, I'm in the middle of this thought and I don't want to forget it and I want to talk it through, so I'm gonna say it. And those are the few moments where I guess you could say I have an opinion, where I just really need to get what I'm saying out. Like, it really has to come out, because if I don't say it, I'm gonna forget it, and I'm gonna regret it, and I'm gonna be home alone later in the day, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I could have said that. We're gonna make our house have a slope. I don't think that's structurally sound, but I don't care. If I'm gonna break an opinion, it's gonna be the inspector's opinion and the contractor's opinion. I think my house should have a slope in it. That's what I think. And it'll connect out to my ranch. Something like this. That's gonna be very wide. Are there slopes in this game now? I know that sounds crazy, but are there slopes in this game? Like, can I make ramps? Or is it always just gonna be singular blocks? Can I think I can open this bad boy and it's more slope. That's a slab. A slab. A slope. What's the other word for it? A ramp. Okay, no ramps. Okay, Minecraft hasn't advanced that far. If we want ramps and slopes, we're gonna need mods for that. I was thinking like a triangular piece. I guess stairs is probably more accurate to what I'm thinking of, but I wanted something smoother. I just I don't know. I just have these moments where it feels like I have zero control and I would do anything to have control again. It's the closest thing I have to an opinion. When I don't have control, I want control. What a terrible thing to say, but I don't know. I think that's human. Just wanting that. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Just let people dictate everything for you? In some cases, yes, absolutely. Like a medical professional is clearly going to know more than I will in terms of medicine, but it's certainly something, because I lost track of what I was doing in the game for a second there. I definitely have those moments where it feels like I said this, I think maybe in the recording itself, but there are definitely moments in my life where it feels like the world is actively working against me. How do I use this? Here. Cool. So that's how you block now? Alright. I see how it is. You can't do gang signs with your sword anymore. How awful. Minecraft really went and said no gang signs. I'm just remembering... Does my armor make noise? Oh, I thought it did for a second. It was probably just my chair then that I heard. Wait, do I make different sounds with different things on? I swear it sounds more metallic now that I'm walking. Whatever. Minecraft really said no gang signs. Oh, that makes me so sad. I gotta play 1.8 or something. I gotta just go back to the past. Oh, I should probably use different woods, right? That's right, there's jungle biomes and then there's mushroom biomes. I need to go explore this place. But if I'm gonna do that, I should be ready, right? Like, I should be ready for anything. But then again, exploring Minecraft is literally just, do I have enough food? And if I don't have enough food, will I die to something else? Should I go exploring when I have diamonds? Like, what do you think? I'm more of, what do you think? I have no audience. Well, if you're watching this and I haven't done 30 streams already and you want to give your opinion, yeah, well, you know what? Forget it. Even if I've done 30 streams and you want to let me know, just throw it down in the comments. I'm sure my desperate ass will still have notifications on for the comments. And I'll respond, even if it's been like a year or 2 years later. Do it. I swear. Oh no, that's the grass. I thought I was hearing a creep, but I guess not. You scratch my back. Hopefully no creepers walk up on me while I'm doing this. You like my little sentry stance? I scratch my back, but I don't take my hand off the mouse. Always ready. I should probably use different woods. But then again, isn't it like better to just not do that? I don't know. I'll just get a bunch of oak. Classic oak. And then we'll see. I'll look up patterns or something for how to make a house look pretty, and I'll follow that. I'll go by the Minecraft how to build guide. I think there's something like that. Yeah, it's around that time. My neighbors are going to start getting home. I have to go and do stuff. Life is knocking at my door, quite literally most of the time, and I have no choice but to respond. Because sometimes in life, you really do lose all control. But I think that's a matter of how we choose to respond to it. I think that's what's most important. Yeah, and they're starting to run upstairs already. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but even if you can. Yeah, I remember that used to keep me from streaming too. I was like, man, everything's so noisy. How am I supposed to stream with all this noise around me? Like, people are just not gonna wanna watch me because it'll be so noisy and nobody blah blah blah. All these self-doubts, all these rules I'd set for myself, and in reality, the most important thing to do is to just do it. Oh, now I'm speaking into my microphone. My microphone wasn't my microphone wasn't placed correctly, so if I sounded distant, it's because I wasn't actually I was talking into the wrong side of my microphone. Yeah, I definitely have these moments. I have a lot of moments from the sounds of it, because I keep on saying that in order to start my phrase and my sentence. But I definitely have these moments where I really do just wonder, like, why do I bother doing this? And then I just think, because it's fun. It's one of the few things that I can just do, and everything else just kind of becomes irrelevant. And even if nobody's watching me, even if I'm just all alone in this big old Minecraft world, I definitely enjoy it. And there's not many things I can say about that. And there was when I was a kid, there was nothing I wanted more to do than to be an explorer. And of course, I'd watch my brothers play Legend of Zelda, and I'd be like, I want to be like him. I want to go out and explore the world. And of course, the world had already been well explored by the time I was born. And it's not like we're getting to space anytime soon. So the best thing I can do is play video games. Of course, there are people who say, well, if you have enough time to play video games, you could be the person who gets us into space. And I guess, yeah. I mean, if you can get rid of all the self-doubt. I mean, just watch any interview with scientists and you'll see it. Just that self-doubt, the feeling of just crushing expectation on you. I mean, you'd have to be an extremely strong person to get through that. And despite scientists being considered nerds and all that, they certainly go through a lot just to achieve what they want. And in some cases, it's not even what they want. It's what's expected of them. And that sounds so shackling. It sounds like it's like you just have a chain on your neck. And I mean, yeah, I guess it's great. I'm sure it pays great to be a scientist. You know, out of anybody who can say the Andrew Tate phrase, "What color's your Bugatti?" It's probably some CEO and not the scientist. It's definitely the CEO who can ask that question. But I'm sure if scientists were properly compensated for the work and their achievements that they did, of course, they have to patent it and sell it to people in order to make a profit. It's not like people aren't doing that. Right, I get it. But also, clearly it wasn't just a one-man process. If it were, there would certainly be... I don't know, what would result in that if you properly paid scientists? Same thing with teachers, right? Like, if you properly paid them, what next? Do they perform better? What guarantees their performance? And I guess that's what leads down this whole capitalist hellscape that I've witnessed, like, just wear down my family. I certainly am... Ooh, an apple. I forgot apples don't spawn all that often, do they? Can you grow an apple tree, or is that only modded Minecraft? That might be only modded Minecraft, actually. And I'm picking all this stuff up so we can make more stuff later. Yeah, I haven't streamed this long in a while. Like, continuous speech for an hour. I mean, really, you gotta imagine, how the hell do I do it? I don't know how I do it. Honestly, I just say what comes to mind. That's why I lose track of all my thoughts when I'm speaking. And that's why I stream, because honestly, sometimes it just needs to come out, right? Like, a lot of these original streamers were just like vloggers. A lot of the OGs who were on YouTube just did it because they were like, hey guys, welcome to my vlog. So today I'm actually going to the dentist and they're going to be ripping all my teeth out and putting in new dentures. And it's like, oh, jeez, it's pretty fucking dark. What happened? And it's like, yeah, actually my father punched me in the face and he knocked out all my teeth and he decided as an apology he would pay for all of it. And it's like, oh man, what the hell? Like, You good, brother? Like, blink twice if you still need help. And it's stuff like that, right? Like, people are oddly interested in other people's lives, and I think, like, yeah, I kind of get it, right? Like, there are definitely those who are interested in other people's lives, and then there are those who are interested in sharing their life. Hold on. Where's that pig? God, someone's playing really loud music. Yeah, it's gonna be time to end it soon. Right? So I guess to end this, wrap this all up, end this thought that I've been having, I certainly have changed from the person that I remember I used to be. And that just kind of comes with life. And as I've gotten older, I realized, I don't know, sometime around, I'll just say my age, fuck it, who cares? What am I, famous? Sometime when I was like 23, it slowly went away. I don't want to call it depression, but I guess the way I described it might be called depression. But at some point, it just started going away. I didn't improve my diet. I still look exactly the same from when I was like at least 20 or around 18ish. I don't eat all that healthy. I'm not all that healthy. But it just slowly started going away. And it was really interesting because I was scared of going back to what was there before. I don't take like any kind of medication. I'm not saying you should stop taking your medication, that it goes away. But it's definitely terrifying to think that at one point I just couldn't do it, man. I could not do it. I'm gonna start building a forest around here. I'll maybe put some what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe put some torches all around here. I don't think I have any spare torches. I should probably get some of those. Yeah, I got some. Bang. Yeah. You know, you'd think like, oh, Minecraft, you're gonna talk about wholesome topics, not your deep trauma that has defined you as a person. Which, yeah, I mean, I guess. Probably not the best topic to speak on, but still, it's me. That's how I am. I guess people might find that controversial, right? So I guess that's one opinion I have. I really like talking about myself. I don't think I'm the most interesting person, but I certainly don't doubt that someone's interested, right? I mean, even if they're not, even if it's just one person, that still proves my point. Someone was interested, even if it was at only one point in time, but hey, someone was. Can't doubt that, huh? Can't discount that. I'm gonna make a bunch of these. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to end this soon, aren't I? Okay, well, it's been wonderful talking to all y'all. And if you're watching this later, thank you. Appreciate it. Even if it's only for a few seconds or for a few minutes, it's understandable. I constantly attempt to... These people are so fucking loud. Constantly attempt to improve myself in the things that I do. Whether it's my audio quality, or the way I edit things, or even myself. I certainly keep on trying, at least at these things. But sometimes it definitely feels bad when there are things you want to do, and you can't do them. And I think as long as you really aim to do those things, you can achieve it. I think it's that simple. I mean, a lot of these people that are considered like big time, what's the word I'm looking for here? Big time rush. A lot of these people that would consider themselves like big time streamers or YouTubers, and they all started at some point as well. They all were just people doing what I'm doing right now, which is just speaking into the void, and hey, you know, maybe someone will talk back. I've already had that moment a few times. I would stream on Twitch when I would do it consistently. And, oh, there we go. It's the end of the stream. Alright, well, you boys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I missed the stop streaming button. Are you kidding me? That's so annoying. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye.